I honestly can't remember my life before Christ. I was raised in a Catholic home, and my parents raised me with all of the traditions of the Catholic faith. I always had the reassurance that Christ was by my side through the thick and thin of life. My dad died suddenly when I was a teenager. My faith carried me through that difficult time, and I never gave up faith and hope. Throughout my childhood, I was always a follower of Christ, first from my first communion, and then around 8th grade, I made a conscious decision to follow Christ on my confirmation day. It was a public declaration of to a full and a missional life of following Christ. So in my adult years, I wandered away from the church for a while, but eventually found my way back to the Church of the Brethren, which I was a member for about 20 years in Palmyra. And since meeting my husband, Denny, I ended up here at Vic, which I felt very comfortable with, as they had a similar emphasis on service to others, which fit me well. At the beginning of the year, Kathy Stutzman challenged our Sunday school class to pray for a particular word that God would download on our heart. The word intentional kept coming to me. I see my baptism as my intentional public rededication to Christ in my life and my recommitment to follow Him each day. It's my intent to be a witness for Him throughout each day and to continue living out His mission intentionally for my life through all my interactions at work, during my volunteer service, and among my family and friends. My favorite passage of Scripture is 1 Peter 4, verse 10. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. I'd like to thank my parents for raising me with an unquestionable faith in God. And I'd also like to thank my husband, Denny, for his love and support over the last 6 years in leading me to a closer relationship with Christ. I feel so blessed to have him as the head of our household, grounding our relationship in service of Christ to others.